Hi everyone, welcome to Harbour Pilates at Home. And this week I thought we'd use a Pilates ball for our exercises. So this is a squidgy sort of blow up ball and we're going to use it underneath our backs and higher up our backs as well. And there's lots of other ways that we can use it. But if you haven't got one, don't worry. All the exercises you can do flat on the mat in our usual sort of Pilates style. Or if you want to, you could use a rolled up towel, really rolled up tight. That can be used across your back like that, okay, when we're doing that. Or I just reach down here. The other thing you could use is a foam roller, if any of you have got rollers, foam rollers. And again, you can use that along the back there to do the same sort of thing. So, move those ones out of the way. Got the ball ready, but we're going to start off on our feet, doing a little bit of normal warm-up. So, think about that starting position. Feet are underneath the hips. We're lifting up through the chest, opening out wide through the shoulders, and gently just make sure those knees are nice and relaxed. From there, okay, we're going to take a nice deep breath in and reach up and come down the sides, okay? So reaching up, loosening off those shoulders, we're drawing in through the middle. So we're centered there, ready. Up we go. Round we go. With the next one, we're going to lift up, reach up, come out and down. Lift up, reach up, and down. So a little bit of balance work. Up we come, round and down. 2 to go. Up, down, last one, reaching up, coming down, and then float just up to shoulder height. Let's get some rotation in, doing our arm openings. We're stretching around through the chest as well, and back, round we go again, trying to keep the hips towards the front. So we're mobilising that upper chest area. Let's just do one more each side. Round we go, long through the neck, don't let the shoulders go up towards the ears, and then from there bring the arms down. We'll do our dumb waiter. So we're getting the upper body really sorted before we start. Turning out through the wrists and the arms, and with this one let's go out wide and turn those arms, okay? So we're keeping the shoulder blades anchored down towards our lower back, so don't have them up by the ears, keep them nice and low, stretching out, coming back in. And let's take this one into our mermaid stretch. So out we go over, and let's have a little roll forwards as well. Down we go towards the ground and up through the middle. So nice and flowy. Out we go, over, twist round and down, coming back up. Once more each way, out we go, twisting round, side bend, into the middle and up, so it's like a big figure of 8. Over we go, round we go, down into the middle and then gently, gently coming back up, peeling back up, pop the arms down there, and then let's go a little bit wider, turn those feet out, drawing in through the middle, we get the hips going as well, hips and knees. Squatting down, reaching out. Keep going for another 3, 2, 1. Don't go down too far. Pop your hands on your hips. Little bounce, turning out those knees. Just getting those hips and the bottom working. 3, 2, 1, and a little bit lower. Sinking a bit lower. 3, 2, 1, sink a bit lower. Good step. Last one. 3, 2, 1, and stretch yourself back up. March it out into the middle, lifting up through the back of that head. Think strong posture. 3, 2, 1. Stopping there. Lifting the arms up. Let's go down for our final roll downs before we go onto the mat. So deep breath in, breath out. Relax the shoulders down. Rolling down through the head. Bring the arms down in front of you. Stretching all the way to the floor. trying to get those hips to the ceiling, the weights towards the front of your feet. Drawing in through your tummy, we're peeling back up and opening out. And again, ready? Lift up, press down. Little breath in, breath out, rolling down, bending the knees, stretching down to the floor, reaching down, and we're there. Good stuff. We're going to go down onto the floor. Okay, so we're down on the floor, and I'll show you what we're going to do with the ball. We're going to start off with having the ball or your towel or your roller underneath that lower part of our back. The easiest way to get into that position is to take yourself carefully back into your starting position, your normal starting position. Do a little shoulder bridge up and then pop that ball just underneath where the tailbone is, around that sort of area. So not right in the middle of your back, a little bit lower than that. Our feet are hip width apart. From there, get your balance and then have a little roll backwards and forwards, squeezing in through the tummy, flattening out that lower back, and then lifting it back up the other way. So we can feel ourselves drawing, if you imagine your hip bones there, the pelvic bones, you're drawing some straight tram lines, forwards and backwards. You're rolling backwards and forwards, opening and closing through that lower spine. Find that mid position, so the bony bits that we normally say are up towards the ceiling are this time just a fraction back towards you. That'll be opening out that lower back a little bit, keep you in that mid position. Have a tilt to the right and left now. So we're getting a little twist, so you're rolling around over that ball. You can only really do this if you're on the ball, or if you're flat on the ground, you can sort of do it a little bit. You won't be able to do it if you've got a foam roller. So just a little bit side to side, and then find that midpoint as well. Drawing in through the middle, relaxing through the shoulders. And we're ready now to start the main bit of the class. So we've felt how we can move and get balanced on the ball. Drawing in through there, pick one leg up and lower it back down. We're doing our scissors movement at level 1. Okay, drawing in through the tummy, that's giving you the support. If you're feeling that, okay, this isn't too bad, I can cope with this, what you might want to have a go at doing is seeing if you can do it with the arms raised up. So we've got less support, we're a little bit more wobbly, particularly on that change up. Tighten through the middle, come back up, lower back down. If that's too much, take the arms back down, yeah. Just think about what's happening through that middle, drawing in, really focusing, and back down. Once more each side. You might find you're stronger one side than the other. I feel better that side myself than this side. A little bit wobbly on that side. Down we go. Lower those arms down. We do want our arms on the floor for this next bit to give us a bit more support. That was our scissors at level 1. Let's see if we can take it to level 2. So we go up into a single tabletop. Draw in through your tummy, bring that other leg up as well. And then from there, we're going to tap down towards the ground and come back up. Again, really think about what's happening through this middle. You don't want the middle moving. You want it supporting you from that tummy area. Down we go, coming back up. Now, if you're doing this flat on the floor and you don't feel confident in your double tabletop, carry on with that level 1. I think if you're on the ball or a roller, this actually makes double tabletop a little bit easier. Don't know why. But it's perhaps also easier to cheat. So you really want to just keep an eye on what's happening through that lower back. We're going to do one more on each side. Last one. Coming back into that double tabletop. And then gently, gently just lower one leg down and lower the other leg down. And breathe. resting there. Next, we're going to have a go at doing our hip twists, just to relax out those hips. So we're taking one knee out to the side, we're doing level one, drawing back into the middle, change over to the other side, lowering that knee down, other knee stays bolt upright, and we're back to the middle. Centre through the centre. Keep that tummy working, coming back in. Once more. Come back in, bring the arms up. Let's have a go. Opposite arm to leg goes out to the side, comes back in. Round to the other side, comes back in. Keep going, out to the side, back in, side, back in. Once more each side. Last one. Come back in. Gently lower the arms down. And then from there, centre through the middle. One leg comes up, single tabletop. Bring the opposite arm up. And we're going to do one leg stretch. And the arm goes back as well. And come in. For 4, 3, 2, coming back in, last one, come back in, lower the arm, lower the leg, centre through that middle. You might have lost it a little bit, I did a little bit there, cheating. Coming back up, and let's go with the other arm and leg. Out we go. Reaching back. Got my pillow right there we go. And back. So I've centered again. I'm holding that tummy in as I go out, and we fold back in. Last one. Coming back in and lowering down. Okay, for the final ones, let's see if we can go into a double tabletop again. Drawing in through the tummy, bring the other leg up, the arms stay down again. Of course, it's a little bit too wobbly. Okay, from there, one leg stretch, level 3. Out we come, and back in. Reach, and back in. If this is too much for you, you carry on with that single leg tabletop one. Okay, reaching away, coming back in. Stretch and back. We've got 3 to go. Reaching, pulling back in. Check that you're still centered. Come back in. Last one. Reaching out. Coming back into that mid position, to that double tabletop. Gently lower one foot down, then the other. And relax there. Have a little roll up. Bring the ball out from underneath you, lower that bottom down, the flatness feels lovely. Hop the ball between your knees, we're going shoulder bridging. Take away your head pillow, let your neck have that freedom of movement. So we're squeezing in through that ball, yeah? And then we're drawing in through your tummy and lifting up. So if you haven't got a ball, you could do this one with your big pillow, if you've got a big pillow. Yes, I've got the fat big pillow, you could do that. You could use any sort of ball, or you could do a cushion. What we're looking for here is feeling that drawing in through the legs, pulling up through the pelvic floor, as we squeeze through the tummy and lift ourselves up. And then we gently, gently rolling back down again. So it's as if we're pulling ourselves off the mat like a piece of Velcro, bit by bit by bit. Pulling ourselves up and then letting ourselves go back down through the chest, upper back, lower back, tailbone. With the next one, let's have a little hold at the top. So squeezing through the legs, drawing through the tummy, pick yourself up, bring the arms up and we're taking them back overhead. For 3, and up. Keep squeezing in. 2, 1, come back up and lower back down. Bring the arms back down. We're going to change the arms a little bit this time. So squeeze in, drawing through your tummy and lift up. Bring the arms up and they're going overhead. For 3, squeeze through those legs. 2, with this one, take those arms back, keep them on the ground and then roll back down. Big stretch through that upper back and bring the arms back over. Last one like that, so squeeze through the legs, draw up through the pelvic floor, through the tummy, squeezing through that bottom, arms come up and reaching back for 3 and up, 2 and up. Last one, reach over, leave the arms there, drop down through that chest, get that length through the breastbone. Resting there, bring the arms all the way down, and we've finished with those. Bring the legs up towards you, take the ball out, give yourselves a bit of a cuddle, lower one leg down. Let's have a little hamstring stretch. If you've got your stretching straps, grab them now. You can just support at the back of your leg. The toes away, heels are high, slide the other leg as well. Feel that nice big long stretch. Deep breath in. Breath out, reach back a little bit more. 3, 2, 1. Bend that leg back down. Let's swap over to the other side. So, bringing that knee in, slide the other leg out. Get a nice stretch across the front of that other leg. Bring that leg up towards the ceiling. Stretching that heel away. Holding it there. For 3, 2, 1. And gently back down. And we're going to come into sitting. So, up and come into sitting. Now we're going to try our roll backs, which you might have tried before. We did them with the ropes, I think. We went back like that. This time we're going to have our ball or our roller or our towel just at the base of the spine there. You might need to hold it with your hand initially as you go back. We're going to draw in through the tummy, roll back down. So we're flattening out through it. Pull through the tummy. Hold yourself there and open one arm out. So we're getting some obliques. Come back in, round to the other side, drawing in through your tummy. Come back into the middle, bend the head forward, reach up and lift up. Okay, I'm going to hold mine in place again, just as I start to go down, dropping down, and I can bring those arms back. Twisting round, drawing back in, really feel that tummy holding you there. Coming back in, rolling up and lifting up. It's quite a tough one, this one. If you're unsure, have a rest, wait for the rest of us. Yeah, don't kill yourself doing it. But if you struggle with the roll downs, it is one way of just helping you a little bit because it gives you a little bit of support there. So we just arm openings again, round to one side, round to the other side. I'm drawing in through my tummy and we're coming up and lifting up. Well done. And the other reason for sitting up is because we're going to change the position of this ball now. I'm going to put it between the shoulder blades. Okay, but before I do that, I'm just going to grab my other pillow. So I want quite a high pillow behind my head here because the head's going to be lifted up a little bit through the ball. So we're going to roll back down. I want it to be around about the middle of the shoulder blades, just a little bit higher. You don't want it right high underneath your neck. If I lift my arms up there, you can see where you want it. Sort of just a little bit lower than your shoulder blades. From there, we're going to start off with our double leg stretch movements. So we've got our arms up in the air, feet and knees hip width apart. Have a breath in. Now find that centre. So we're just engaging. You want a little bit of connection between that lower part of your rib cage and your pelvis. So if you imagine it as springs, as you reach over, those springs might stretch apart a little bit. So you want to try and keep them level for as long as you can. But we're going to reach overhead. Because we're over the ball, we've got a little bit extra to go. So we can reach, stretch a little bit more, and then those springs are really stretched now. We want to bring them together as you bring that those arms back over. Okay, so that's the movement. Here we go. Breath in, breath out. Tighten through that tummy, stretch over, and then relax and let yourself go a little bit more as we mobilise that upper back. Breath in, and come back over. Now if you're all unsure about this one or it's too uncomfortable to have something in between your shoulder blades, go flat on the floor, do a normal one, okay? When I first tried doing this, I thought I'd never get anybody doing this because it feels horrible. But actually, after you've done it for a while, it's one of those nice pains. Okay, good pain, bad pain? Good pain. Stretching over again. Big reach, extending through that back. Breath in to hold, and we fold back. Lovely. Let's change this now into our abdo prep. So we're going to pop our hands behind our head. They're supporting the neck, they're not pulling you up. We've got our elbows nice and wide. From there, breathe in. As you breathe out, again, we're trying to get that rib cage this time drawing down towards the pelvis as we look up. Small gap between chin and chest. And then we roll back down again. Breath in. Breath out. And some of you that can't do it, don't get much height when you do this flat, may find that if you do it over a rolled towel or a Pilates ball or a roller, you actually get a little bit more movement and it actually starts to feel not too bad, okay? But do have some support for your head once you go back down. So a big cushion, or I've got my big Pilates cushion and my small one, so I've got both of them stacked up. Breath in, breath out, and we're coming up. And really drawing in through that tummy. And coming back down again. I'm going to do one more like this, and then we're going to change it a little bit. Breath in, breath out, reaching up, and then coming back down. Just have a little rest there. So with that one, we had a little rest in between. We've got our head supported onto the pillows so that we could regain and come back. The next one, we're going to hover at that level. So we take those pillows away. We hover. Imagine you've got the pillows behind you. From there, we come up and we roll back down to where those pillows would be. But our tummy's having to still work to hold us there. Coming back up. And the stronger you feel it through the tummy, the less you'll feel it through the neck. Up we come, drawing in, drawing in, drawing in. So it's like a one big, long, sustained hold, but with some shortening and lengthening thrown into boot. Here we go, last one. And then either put those pillows back in place or let yourself slowly roll all the way back, and we're arching that back. Okay, so we've got a big curve through that back there as you come back over. That might be too much for people, so again, go carefully, pop your head on the pillow if you need to. But if you're game for this one, You take a breath in and you come all the way up. So it's almost like you're coming up, I suppose, around about 100 degrees, 120. Yeah, if you think about where your elbows are, pointing behind you, coming up towards the ceiling, and then pointing almost down towards your feet. And rolling back. So we're working our tummy muscle in our outer range, which we don't often do, but it's good to have a big strong tummy in all the ranges with all the different layers working. Last one, we're going all the way back. Breath in, on that breath out, coming up, holding it there, and then gently go back down. If you've got your pillows handy, you'll pop them back into place. Just have a little relax there. We're going to come off the ball now, and this is one of the best bits of the class. So roll onto your side, take the ball out of the way, back down onto your flat pillow, and oh, isn't the world lovely? It's all nice and flat. Bring those feet and knees together, take the arms out to the side, let's hip twist and stretch out. So knees go one way, head goes the other. You may get the odd clunk in your back as you do this, that's fine. And back we come, over to the other side. Big stretch. Drawing in, over we go to the other side. Back we come. And then the last time, big reach over. Come back into the middle, and then let's go over onto our sides, into our clamp position, and we're stacking hips on top of each other, feet and knees in line. Yeah, feet, bottom, shoulders all in a nice line, as if you've got them against a wall. And we're just going to do our clamp from here. So drawing in through the tummy, squeezing open, and then slowly, slowly lowering back down. Now some people can tend to go too far and start rolling backwards. So the way we're going to prevent this is you're going to get your ball or your towel. Yeah, I wouldn't do it with a roller. Roller will be too firm. But if you've got a squidgy ball or squidgy towel, pop it between your knees, draw in through your tummy. Then as you squeeze, you're just going to release a little bit of pressure from that ball. Okay, you're not going to open up too far, or the ball will fall out. And then you're going to relax and push back down on it. So drawing in through the waist, squeeze through the bottom, open out that knee just a little bit. You should feel that bottom really, really working. And then slowly back down, squeeze onto the ball. So we're working our inner thigh as we squeeze. And then we're squeezing and opening out just a fraction. And lowering back down, squeezing down. And our final one, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And lower back down. Good stuff. Straighten out those legs. Our feet will be a little bit apart, we've got the ball in between. Keep them balanced there as you go over for your torpedo. And come back. And again. Reaching over. Trying to stay balanced on that side. Coming back. I'm going to add something a little extra as we reach over this time. Stay over there, see if you can lift those legs up. And come back down. Once more like that. So as we go over, squeeze through the legs, lift them up, and lower back down. Well done, folks. Bring your knees up. Let's go down over the other side. And we're going to try it all again. So So you start with the ball, or you can do one or two without the ball to start with. Okay, we're lying on our side, shoulders relaxed, stacked up through the hips as if we've got a skewer through them. Feet are in line with the bottom of the shoulders, drawing in through your waist, okay, tightening up through the back of that bottom, and we're just opening that leg just a fraction. And then we lower back down onto the ball, give it a little squeeze. Breath in. As you breathe out, squeeze through the back of the bottom, open that top leg just a fraction, releasing a little bit of pressure on the ball or the towel or whatever you've got between your legs. And then we squeeze back down. Okay, squeeze open, just a tiny little bit. And we're back down. Squeeze again. Drawing in through that waist, opening out, back of the bottom working really hard. Slowly, slowly back down. We've got one to go. So relax through that upper body, centre through the middle, squeeze through the bottom, turn that knee out slightly and lower it back down. But by doing that, you'll see that you've not got to go a great deal of movement to work that bottom hard. And when we're walking, we're working those bottom muscles to keep our pelvis level. But that's only working in these tiny ranges. You know, we don't walk taking our leg right out. That look really weird. Okay, slide those legs out straight. Okay, we're in a one big long line. Balance there and take that arm over for torpedo. And draw back down again. And again. Stretching out overhead. And come back down. This time we're going to have that little change at the end where we're going to try and lift the legs up. So we're reaching over. Squeeze between the legs, try and lift up just a fraction, lower back down. This definitely isn't my favourite side. Here we go. Reaching over, drawing in through the waist, lifting up, and back we come. Well done, folks. Bring those knees up, take that ball away, and then let's get over onto our tummies. Okay. So we're going to do a little bit of breaststroke prep, and then we'll show you a little way that you can use the ball with that as well. Okay, or a roller. Okay, so down we go on the floor to start with. Breaststroke prep level 2, with the arms by the side of the head. We're at 90-90, elbows and shoulders. From there, gently draw the shoulder blades down towards your waist, slightly pull in through your tummy. Lift that head just off the mat and lower back down. Breathing in, breathing out as you lift up. Down you go. So keep doing those checks to yourself that you're drawing the shoulder blades down, gently tightening through the tummy. Just unpeeling that first few bones of the rib cage up. Chin stays tucked in. We're looking at the same bit of mat all the time. Gently back down. Well done, folks. Let's change it a little bit. So, if you've got a ball, you can use a ball for this bit, or just grab my roller. If you've got a roller, and some of you might have rollers, or partners might have rollers, kids might have rollers, the rollers are really good for this one as well. Okay, the rollers perhaps work better. I'll show you with the ball to start with. So we're going to go down into our breaststroke prep position, but we're having hands on the ball this time, and it's just resting sort of on the top of our head there. we float up and then we straighten those arms. In that floated position, we bring the arms back in, stretch them out, bring them back in, stretch them out, coming back in and lowering back down. I'll do once more with the ball and then we'll have a go with the roller. So it's shoulder blades down, drawing in through the lower back, through the tummy, float up, breaststroke prep, straighten the arms, bend the arms, straighten, bend, last one, reaching out, coming back in and lowering down. Rest if you need to. And say, if you've got a roller, these work really nice with the rollers. So, have the roller out in front of you, just slightly away from your head with that. Hands are towards the edges of the roller. Draw the shoulder blades down, lift up, roll away, pull back in, roll away, pull back in, roll away. So it's a mobilising exercise, but you're strengthening that upper body as you keep it lifted up. And we go back down. Just do 2 more. Breath in, breath out. Roll away, come back in. 3, 2, last one of those, and then roll back down, lower back down. Last one like this then, shoulder blades down, drawing through your tummy. Lift yourself up, reach away, draw back in, reach away, draw back in. Last one. Out we go, coming back in and lower back down. Pop your hands by your chest, push yourselves up. Come on up and have a stretch back into your shell stretch. And enjoy just flexing forwards. We've done a lot of extensions, so that flex forward is quite a nice position to be in. So we're going to just change that last exercise slightly. If you have got the type of back that doesn't like to go into full extension, stick with what we've just been doing. If you don't mind extending through the spine, then this next one's a really nice one to do. It's taking that last movement up a little bit higher, and it's similar to the cobra. Okay, so if people know the yoga cobra, so if you haven't got a ball or a roller, it's hands by the side of you and you're coming up and you're stretching up and lifting your chin up. But if you've got a roller, you can do the same thing. So we start down on the ground, we come up, stretch away and then stretch back, but this time we keep the arms straight. Reach away, so we slide down and then we lift ourselves back up, slide back down and lower down. Okay, that was with the roller. I'll show the way with the ball if you've got the ball and not the roller. So again, starting off how we did before, draw the arms down, come up for your breaststroke prep, you straighten out those arms and then roll them forward, so we lower in the body, keep the arms straight as you come up, straight as you go back down again, and straight as you come back up. Lowering back down, rolling the ball back in. Good stuff. Take that ball away for a moment, push yourself back up, have a stretch back the other way. They're quite strong movements, those last two. So if you're finding them a little bit too tricky, don't do them with the rollers, just have a little go at stretching back, pushing back up through your arms, using it as a bit more of a mobility. Don't go killing yourselves, that's the main thing. Stretch underneath, have a good old stretch out. We'll finish off, we'll do some thread the needles, and then we've got one final challenge before we go up into standing. So let's thread the needle for a stretch to start with. Knees are underneath the hips, hands are underneath the shoulders. Have a little cat stretch first, so drop down between the shoulders, stick your head up and your bottom up, and tuck your tail in underneath. Lift up through the low spine, upper spine, chin down, and then roll back out of that. And then tail underneath, squeezing from the tummy and lifting back up again. And lowering back down. Find that mid position. From there, let's straighten the middle. So one leg goes out backwards. Lifting up with that top arm. Bring it through and underneath. Big pull underneath. Lifting open. And again, if you've got your ball or your roller there, you can always use that to help slide you under. Yeah, opening out. Last one. So with that ball, that roller, you can rest on that as you try and twist that a little bit further, coming back into the middle. Let's go around the other side. Okay, up through the middle. Engage your core, stretch out that opposite leg. Hearts to the sky, and then coming back in underneath. Roll away, stretch away. Come back into the middle. Hearts to the sky again. Coming back down underneath. And you can vary the direction you pull yourself underneath. Stretching different parts of the shoulder. Good. And last one. Take this one up towards my shoulder this time. Underneath there. And then coming back into the middle. Slide down, stretch out the other way. So, I threatened you with an extra challenge to finish. We're going to pop the ball between our knees, come into forward points. So you've got that there, or just above the knees, that you're going to squeeze into. Yeah, we're in that 4-point position. You're squeezing into the ball. Now tuck your toes in underneath. Now you need to have either gripper socks on, or perhaps with a full or barefoot, okay? If you've got slippery socks, you might slip over, so try and make sure you've got something secure around your feet. You're squeezing in through the thighs, tightening through your tummy, and we're hovering up into our leg pulling prone crack position, and you're lowering back down. Now, if you just take your knees a little bit wider and don't grip onto the ball, tighten through your tummy and try and lift up. Feel how heavy you feel. Then squeeze on, bring the knees back in, squeeze onto the ball, tighten through your tummy, lift up, and lower back down. What you may feel is that you almost get thrusted up through the ball, yeah? Because you're engaging more of those core muscles. As you're pulling through your thighs, your inner thigh muscles will feed into your core muscles and help you sail up into the sky. So once more, squeezing in, lifting up, and lowering back down, and stretch back. So that's a way of helping you get stronger at doing those leg pulling prone preps, ready to go out into the full leg pulling prone, which we'll perhaps do in a few weeks' time. But take it steady. Okay, there's some of the more advanced exercises. You don't want to be doing something that your core isn't capable of controlling you with. So that's one to build up onto. Okay, have a nice stretch out. Give those wrists a rest. Okay, let's make sure you've not got anything to trip over. Lift up nice and tall through the chest, opening out there. Have a little shake of those wrists. We've just been working on them a little bit. And from there, bring one arm up, stretch it up to the ceiling. Lean over one side, hand on head, elbow to ceiling. Stretch over, come around into the middle, and back up. Let's do the other side. So, reaching up, lifting up, hand on head, elbow to the ceiling, stretching over with that top arm, rolling down and round into the middle, and come back up. Let's do that in a slightly different way, those side stretches. If we go into our wide support position, or wide squat, we're going to go down for 4, 3, 2, we're going to hold this last one. From there, stretch over to one side, slide down that straight leg, feel a little bit on that inner thigh as well, come back up, woo, over the bent knee, so you're resting that forearm on your thigh as you stretch over, really reach, come back up into the middle. Let's go down again for 4, 3, 2, last one, reach over to the other side. Let's go down that straight leg to start with, and then come back up, over into a mermaid stretch the other side, resting that hand on your thigh, really stretch, straighten that arm as well. And come back up into the middle, have a little march out. 3, 2, 1. We're going to calf stretch. So 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. Okay, check that back foot. So toe down, heel down. Lunge over to that front foot. Relax the shoulders down. Breath in. Breath out. Holding there for 3, 2, 1. Changing over legs. So again, check that back foot goes down, toes down, then heel in line. Lunge over that front foot. Find your balance there. This time bring the arms forward as well. Reach right forwards. 3, 2, 1. Coming back up into the middle. We're going to do an upper body stretch before we go down for a full stretch. So feet are underneath the hips, knees a little bit relaxed. Breath in, breath out. Just dangle the arms and the head. Slight bend through the knee, link those fingers, stretch those arms right away. Gently coming up and going out wide. Let's try again. Breath in, breath out. Drop the head and shoulders. Push those arms away. We're trying to get some flexion through that upper body because we've done a lot of extension work today. Coming back up. Wide fingers as we come back round. Coming back down. From there, let's have a little roll down. So breath in, breath out. Drop the chin on the chest. Slide those arms down the front of your thighs, front of your shins, down to the floor, hips to the ceiling. Drop the head. And then slowly, slowly come back up. Bit by bit by bit. And restack. And again. Chin on chest. Peel yourself. Imagine you've got a wall behind you. You're peeling yourself off it. Leaving just those legs up against it. Look through those knees. Holding up. Come back up bit by bit by bit by bit by bit. Coming back out, drawing in. From there, let's have a nice deep breath in. We're trying to breathe through the back of those lungs. We're going to come down differently today. We're coming down through the middle. Pushing the air away. Breath in. Breath out. find that centered position again, drawing in little bend through the knees, lift up through the chest. Well done, folks. Hope you enjoyed that session. There's lots of different ways you can play roof using either the ball or the roller. Those of you joining me on Wednesday will have a different class using the ball slightly differently. Some of the exercises will be the same because I think they're really good to do with the ball or the roller. So, I'll see you Wednesday, we'll see you next week.